It's Arhu time. The Arhu is playing, which means that there's somebody up above. There he is. Which one's this? That's Farosh, yeah. That's Farosh. We're not going to see Farosh, because Farosh is not going to go into this cave, probably? Is there? I wonder if there's a cave that... Almost sure, certainly not. There will never be a dragon in a cave, don't be silly. I knew about this cave. I'm excited to be in this cave. This is Mount Nabooru Cave. I'm gonna let the current take me while I talk about Might and Magic 7, because that's where my brain went immediately when I said dragons in a cave. For some reason, way back in the day, when I was like in high school, we all got really crappy e-machine computers for gaming, which kind of prevents me from doing a lot. But my prevailing game memory, or one of them, I played a decent amount of games on that thing. A lot of The Sims. For some reason, I ended up with a copy of Might and Magic 7. I believe the subtitle is For Blood and Honor? Which is kind of a term I associate more with Warcraft. Which is a game that came out in 1997. And it's really fun to oh boy, we might just have to... Oh no, we'll be good. 1997 game. I've never played any of the old Might and Magics that are like more contemporaries to Bard's Tale and Wizardry, where you're in a dungeon on a very grid-based thing. That's what I'm led to believe the early Might and Magic games are. And there was also a retro throwback one of these that was that way. And so that's what like a lot of people think of when you think of Might and Magic. But what I think of is the mold from 7 and as well as 6 and 8, which kind of forms a little trilogy of sorts, where they had figured out how to do big 3D open environments. I'm under attack. That didn't work. There we go. They'd figured out 3D environments, so you have these really low-poly, big 3D open worlds in a way that's like... You're only a few years out of Morrowind. I think you're even a few years out of Daggerfall. So it feels extremely primitive, but it's extremely trying to do that just slightly early. And then all the character sprites... Oops. I would like this chest... This is going great. This is going great. This is going great. Chest, please. Come here, you. Oh, that chest might be lost. I think that chest is lost. Alright, great. I'm like, I'm gonna jump in here and have a topic of conversation, and this is gonna go splendid. Well, that... I got too greedy. Anyway... Is there anything up there I want? There's some rocks up there. I kind of want those rocks. All the characters are the style that I've honestly lately become really engrossed with, which is we had created 3D models and then used those models to make sprites. So what is to say, ultimately, that it looks terrible, but a specific flavor of terrible that sticks in my mind very strongly. Bats? Bats. But yeah, and then finally, you know, years later, Morrowind comes out, and that becomes people's early conception of what that kind of game looks like. Instead of one guy, you have a party of guys that are arranged in such a way... What is this? where they're all lined up side by side, and you can kind of turn the combat into a turn-based thing, but mostly you just want to do it in real time, because then you can strafe around enemies that are not programmed to deal with you strafing around them. I haven't found a frog yet either. This is... Or did I frog? Well, this is kind of a frog. Why am I talking about my Magic 7? Oh, because of dragons. Because the very first town you are in like the opening tutorial, is you were on a scavenger hunt on the Emerald Isle. That didn't do anything. What am I supposed to put here to make the thing come out? Nope. I assume I have to come back for this, so look forward to seeing this cave again. And on the Emerald Isle, there is a cave with a dragon in it. And it is a dragon that you are not meant to be able to beat this early on. Though with strafing and with making a deal with an evil character to get a wand of fireball, you are able to beat it. And then you get a whole bunch of loot that's, my goodness, okay. Way better than your current level is supposed to be. I believe I've gone back and tried to play that game, and it's not good, but I do have a lot of affection. Also, that's where it has its whole own card game called Archmage. That I had on my phone. Is it available for my phone? Can I put Archmage back on my phone? Hold on. Oh, no! I set the controller down. There was a lizard. No. Why? Okay, we're going to the application station on my phone. And I'm going to type in Archmage. There it is. Oh, but they changed all the art. Somebody got a hold of it and put new art on this. I'm sure this is great audio. Okay, Archmage. It exists still. It's fun. You have like a tower and a wall in front of the tower, and you're trying to destroy the enemy tower by placing cards. I feel like the mechanics of Archmage are more deep and fun than the mechanics of the video game Might and Magic 7, when it comes to combat at least. Okay, well, we got Frog. There was a shrine, or not a shrine, we can't say shrine, that means something different in this game. There was like a little receptacle for something. I think I vaguely remember there being a quest involved with that. But I did not come equipped for it because I haven't gone to wherever else I'm supposed to go first. Didn't even talk about the fact that this cave is a big river that passes through this mountain that used to not be here. Though I think that this waterfall existed previously. We'll take a peek. Take a peek, take a peek, take a peek. I think this waterfall existed, but I think the upheaval, I couldn't remember what it was called, opened this up to be a big, cool underground river that passes through. It's good. I think that's it for this very disjointed episode. Look forward to coming back here. I think if memory serves, we're gonna have to double up on a lot of these caves, so that's great for my episode count, and hopefully it's great content. I like to think it's fun content. See you next cave.